Welcome students to Gokhale Education Society's online lecture series. I am Rupari Deshmukh from Department of English of BYK College of Commerce. Now I am going to deliver lecture on the appreciation of the poem Indian Weavers. In the last lecture we have seen the poem Indian Weavers by Sarojini Naidu, and in this lecture I am going to explain you how to write appreciation of the poem. In the appreciation of the poem, there are some important points which you are supposed to elaborate, and the points are like title, poem, poet, theme, poetical style, the language, poetic device, special features, message, value, and morals. Your opinion about the poem. Let's discuss these things in detail. As in the last lecture, we have seen that the poem is about the Indian weavers, their day-to-day activity. We have seen that Indian weavers as a hard-working, and we have seen that how Sarojini Naidu has explained the Indian weavers in a beautiful manner. First point here I'll explain you, that is about poem. The title of the poem is Indian Weavers. Poem is taken from The Golden Threshold. The Golden Threshold is a collection of the poems of Sarojini Naidu. Poem itself is a metaphor of three stages of life. They are birth, adulthood, and death, or you can say childhood, adulthood, and death. In the poem, poet has just used 3 stanzas, and these 3 stanzas will show you the activities or the work of the weavers at 3 different time of the day. Okay, and this working activity not only indicate the time of the day, but also this activity will stand for the life circle. In the first stanza, you can observe or you can see, even I have mentioned or explained you that in the first stanza, poet talks about the newborn child, and the working time is break of the day. It means break of the day. In the morning, weavers were weaving clothes for newborn child, and this newborn child symbolizes the birth of the human being. At the fall of night, weavers were weaving, and why they were weaving at fall of night? That is evening time. They were weaving for marriage wells. It symbolizes adulthood, very important part of life, that is marriage. It is the mid evening time, indicate the mid time of the life, that is adulthood. And the third stanza is indicate or tells us that this dead man's funeral was doing by, or these Indian weavers were preparing shroud for the funeral of a dead man. And when they were doing that they were doing that at the night time. We have seen it in the last slide, in the last lecture, right? So they were weaving at late chill night. And what they were weaving, I repeat, they were weaving funeral shroud that indicate the death of the human being, death of the man's life. These 3 stages indicate the human being or his life circle, and poem is filled with the Indian richness of culture and philosophy of life. Poet Sarojini Naidu has literary contribution. The Golden Threshold is her collection of poems, and this same poem, that is Indian Weaver, is taken from The Golden Threshold. The Bird of Time and her play Maher Munir is also well-read play. Sarojini Naidu was elected as a fellow of the Royal Society of India. She is the first Indian woman who became the president of Indian National Congress. Next point which should be there in the appreciation is theme. And the theme of the poem is the cycle of human life, which is full of colors and shapes. As we have seen in the first stanza, it talks about the child, birth of human being, then marriage, that is adulthood, and the last, that is death. So this is the cycle of human life. We can't change it. It is there and we have to accept it happily. Then these three parts of the weavers, work day, and these three parts of the work day stands for the three stages of human life. Then next point is poetic style. The style of the poem is very simple and lucid, and it is structured in question-answer format. Question in the poem evokes the interest of the reader. If you have seen the poem carefully, or when you read poem at the first time, it's very natural. When we read the question, it means when we read the poem, we have a question mark. Why these weavers are weaving in the morning? Why these weavers are weaving in the noon? Not noon actually, in the evening. Why these weavers are weaving at late night? Naturally, this question evokes the interest of the readers, and we read next line very carefully with full interest to know the answer of this question. Why? The language or the poetic devices used in the poem will be the next point. We have seen it in the earlier lecture, so I'll just read out. The poem is a metaphor for the cycle of life. Simile, imagery, and alliteration figures of speech are used in poem, and rhyming scheme of the poem is AABB. Special feature of this poem, that is the wonderful use of imagery. The use of imagery creates the a picture in front of our eyes when we read a poem. See, the colors used in the poem for each stanza represent different features of human life. That is blue. Blue indicate happiness. Purple and green suggest royalty and fresh existence, and white symbolizes peaceful death. So the use of imagery is very important. It is a special feature of this poem. Message, values, and models which we get from this poem is symbolic and meaningful, right? Then poem tells us that God has given us a colorful life. We should enjoy each color, that means each phase of life. Here I would like to tell you people that, see, we can't say that I love pink color, I like pink color, I like blue color, so I only wear that only. Is it possible for you? You love pink and blue, so just wear the same color for a whole month or for a year. Oh my God, you will be irritated and you will never wear that color in life. If I'll ask you to wear the same color for 1 year, for a month, we will regret. The same thing is like that. I mean to say, life is full of colors, like that life is full of different kind of phases. Like, happiness will be there, sorrow will be there. Sometimes we have too much tension, sometimes we are frustrated, sometimes we are very happy, sometimes we are just want to just live life peacefully. Okay, this kind of phases we are having in life. We can't say that God just give me happiness, I am not interested to have or to face any trouble. It is life. So poet said that as we are having different colors in life, we enjoy that. Like that, we should enjoy life too. And each color, all colors are having some symbolic meaning. They stand for something. Like white here, peaceful death. Okay, blue, happiness, and so on. The poem creates a sense of optimism in the readers about the natural process of life and death. Yes, it is very important. You know, when we were, I don't know about you people, but it's my personal experience that we can't, when we were kids, when somebody will ask you that someone is dead, we had a question: how can we live without a person to whom we love a lot? And we can't tolerate it. We couldn't actually when we were kids. Slowly and gradually, when we become aware about the world, when we become aware about the life, then slowly and gradually we come out of this question. Because I don't know why I had this question that I can't live without so and so person, like mother, grandmother, grandfather. How can people live? But this poem will give the answer. It has given the answer that yes, it is a natural process. We can't do anything. Once you live, you are supposed to live, you are supposed to die. Then why should we be so worried? Take it positively. So this is what the moral, or this is what the message poet wants to give you, that have optimism, be positive towards everything. Whatever is happening in our life, be positive, take it positively, and see, life is interesting, full of interests. Now, next point will be your opinion about the poem. As I said earlier, the poem is optimistic in nature. It tells the bitter truth in a very skillful manner that death comes in everybody's life. It also tells that life is full of colors. One should enjoy all colors, even if it is white color, which symbolizes peaceful death. Poem also tells us the skill of Indian weavers and the beauty of their work. Thank you so much, students. Best of luck for assignments and Google quiz.